Social media reach is decreasing all across the board. Facebook's organic reach is pretty much already a joke. And now people are talking about the changes that are happening on Instagram, LinkedIn, because it's all dropping engagement and reach. Look, if you want to succeed, you're probably wondering, what should you do? And you know what? There is something that you should do. Hi everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm going to break down how to do marketing in oversaturated social networks without paid ads. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way, when I release more content like this, you'll get notified. If you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way you'll know when I go live. The first tip I have for you is offer overwhelming amounts of value. It's all about giving more value than all the other players, creating more content for free, more videos, more audio, going above and beyond, responding to every comment, helping people out, going to groups, participating. In other words, you're pretty much doing things like live consulting calls. Like when you go live on these social networks and you're helping people out, that's almost like consulting. In other words, you're giving so much value that no one else can compete with you because they don't want to put in that work. If you don't do that, social networks will notice that you're just trying to get traffic from quick hits without doing much work, and they're not going to give you that much engagement. The people who are engaging more, like commenting, they're giving them much more love. The second thing you need to do is start scaling without sacrificing your ability to test new content. If you notice that some forms of content perform well, we'll figure out what ways you can scale it up and produce it faster. Create a process. Figure out a basic template for creating these kind of images, these videos, these kind of contents, text-based that people want to see. At the same time, you always want to constantly test new forms to find out what's the next thing that's going to work. Because you'll find that even if it works right now, it's not going to work too well 3, 4, 6 months from now. You always got to be changing it up. People on social media are looking for the latest, the greatest, the freshest stuff. And if you just keep using the same tactic year after year, you're going to be caught by their algorithms and your reach is going to tank. The third tip I have for you is invest in automation, at least when it comes to scheduling your posts. If you can shave 2 to 3 or 4 hours a week, it can be used to create better content and test new things. If you don't schedule your content and you want to do it manually, you always have to be in front of a computer. That's really inefficient. You can use tools like Buffer, Hootsuite. These will all help make the scaling much more efficient because you can end up scheduling your content when it gets pushed out. Now, one platform I wouldn't recommend scheduling my content is Facebook. They hate it, and when you do it using a third-party tool, you'll get crushed. Now, if you want to schedule your content using Facebook's own tools, which you can, you're fine, but don't use a third-party tool to schedule content on Facebook. The fourth tip I have for you is use different media formats and figure out what lengths work best. See, on some social sites, video works really well. I tested video a lot on Twitter, didn't work that well, but video on Facebook crushes it. Video on LinkedIn crushes it. Quotes, though, on Twitter work extremely well. Quotes on Instagram work extremely well. Quote images on Facebook, they don't work that well. You need to always be testing for different types. When you do this, you'll figure out what you should do for each network because you don't want to take the same piece and use it for all the networks, because if it's not working on one, you'll find that it'll screw up your reach on that network. And then when you post the right type of content, no one will see it. So it's important to only post the stuff that's doing well. The fifth tip I have for you is crowdsource your content ideas. IG story polls, Facebook live polls, Facebook group polls, ask me anything on Instagram stories, Facebook live ask me anything sessions. This will help you get more ideas. When the majority of the people ask you to do something, that means people want more of it and you should do it. The sixth tip I have for you, actively build connections with other influential players in your space and niche. By doing this, you can cross-promote. You don't necessarily need to pay these people. You can just keep engaging with them, help promote their content, they'll help promote your content. You can create these little social rings and only do this when you can add value. If you can't add value to someone else's content, you're making a big mistake. Don't just promote their stuff just for the sake of it and just pushing it out there. Make sure you provide in your 2 cents. Provide your value. That way, it's also branding you as an expert as well. The seventh tip I have for you is use video more. Over the next few years, you're going to see video taking off. It's already becoming popular, but it's going to be the main stream or main format that these social networks want. They're trying to compete with all the TV stations, the reality TV. That way, they want you to push video harder. That's why they're saying, hey, if you go live, we'll show it more. If you upload videos, we'll show it more than if you link out to your site. Video is super important. And what we found is as videos are becoming more and more popular, they want more longer form videos. Doing 2, 3, 4-minute videos worked before, but not so much anymore. YouTube wants longer form content that's roughly 10 minutes or 7 minutes versus years ago, I could get away with 3-minute videos and they would do really well. And with IGTV, cut and edit your videos that you create and make them shorter because IGTV and stories, they prefer shorter, concise videos. Tip number 8, offer users the ability to create content with you. So take live calls. Ask Gary Vee is a great example of this. He'll take live calls and users are creating content with him. Not only does it create more engagement, but it's helping him create content without him having to come up with ideas. You can do snapshots of your interactions, dice it up into small content, and then post that, and that'll alone create its own engagement, own comments, and that'll help you boost your overall popularity on these social sites. And the last tip I have for you, directly interact with your users. Answer comments. Post their comments and interactions on stories. Mention their content ideas in your content pieces. Answer private messages. All of this is really important. If you don't do that, you're not going to succeed because these social networks are looking for common engagement more than anything else that I've seen. More than likes, more than shares, they want comments. That's their way to know if your content is really good. And when they're looking for comments, they don't want that yes or no. They want thoughtful, thorough stuff. Thank you for watching. If you need help growing your social profiles, your social traffic, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.